Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is our great pleasure to welcome you all to the business documentation session of IdeaForge, the most anticipated Inter-University Ideathon of the year, organized by the Computer Science Student Association of University of Kelaniya. I'm Koshila Hansani, your moderator for today's session. To all the participants, we are thrilled to have you here. Your enthusiasm and commitment have truly inspired us. This is your chance to shine, think creatively, and make a difference. First of all, let me introduce the Computer Science Student Association in the University of Kelaniya. Computer Science Students Association is the pioneer subject association of the Faculty of Computing and Technology and one of the most dynamic students' bodies in the University of Kelaniya. With the vision of to become a center of excellence in creation and dissemination of knowledge in computing and technology for sustainable development. CSSA works always to maximize the potential of CS students and to reveal their hidden skills. Now, let me introduce IdeaForge. IdeaForge is an inter-university ideathon organized by the Computer Science Students Association in University of Kelaniya. This initiative is an attempt to connect all young and science enthusiasts around Sri Lanka, creating a dynamic and collaborative platform that brings together participants to brainstorm, ideate, and prototype solutions for real-world challenges. IdeaForge is a competition held for the youth to unleash their creativity, innovations, and design knowledge while ensuring that the solution generated align with the current demands of technological applications. Now, we are moving to the most awaited part of the today's session. Let me introduce the guest speaker for business documentation session of IdeaForge. Ms. Uma Devi Sokalingam obtained her bachelor's degree in information technology for business from the Coventry University, having a huge experience in design thinking, product design, and business analysis. She gathered extensive knowledge in the IT industry. She has over 8 years of industrial experience And currently, she is working as a consultant for business consulting at Virtusa Sri Lanka. Before moving on, you can direct your questions via the link provided in the chat box, and we will be having a Q&A session to resolve the problems at the end of the event. Ms. Umadevi, the stage is yours.
Hey, hi Koshila. Thank you for the warm welcome. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. So hi all. So it's a great evening before the long weekend. You guys joined for this session. It's my pleasure. Today I'm going to drive this session. So before I'm starting in, I'll share my screen. Can someone confirm whether my screen is visible?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Can you guys see in the slideshow view or in the?
Yeah, we can see a slideshow.
Okay. Shall we start in, or you guys have anything else?
Yes, you can start, ma'am.
Okay. So hi all, good evening. So today I'm going to make you guys how to write a project proposal in a simpler way. So before I'm going in detail, can you guys take a picture of this image to your phone? This template, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah. I think everyone can hear, right, Koshila?
Yes.
I think okay. So I'll give a 1 minute of time so you guys can take a picture of this to your phone. Are you guys logging from your laptop or phones? How the joining mode is? Koshila, how they are joining? Are they joining from their phone or a laptop?
We cannot sure about that, but most of the
Uh,
students, I think it's
uh,
equal to.
okay. So what I will do is so for the easy one, I'll try to attach this document also. Give me a second. Okay, wait, let me. I'll attach this image also in this chat. So during this session, while I'm explaining, you guys can always open this template and keep it with you. So let me quickly go for today's agenda. So today I'm planning to cover what is a project proposal and the components of a project proposal, an executive summary, an introduction and background, goals and objective, methodology, timeline, budget, risk assessment, evaluation plan, and conclusion. Then we'll have a Q&A session. So the very first one is, what is a project proposal? So project proposal is a formal document, outline, plan, like objective, scope, methodology, and budget for the proposed project. And also it serves as a blueprint, detailing rationale and alignment with organizational goals. So have you guys ever write any project proposals in your life? Can I hear from audience? Am I audible? So I want this
You're audible.
session to be interactive, so then only it's easy for me to understand whether you guys understanding the concept or not. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So, are you guys ever written the project proposal, or is the first time? This is the first time you guys are going to write something like project proposal. Okay, I think there is a pin drop silent in the audience. So, can someone confirm? Because if it is a first time, I need to explain, or else I can move to the next topic. So I think Koshila, you are the moderator for this, right? So are they going to write project proposal for first time, or they have prior experience? This session is just to sharp that.
Some student in chat says no, some students say yes.
Okay. So they can speak, right? I mean, is there any restriction? I mean,
No,
in the Zoom?
they can speak. Yeah.
Okay, they are shy. Okay. So normally what is project proposal means, so for example, you are going to build a software, right? So in order to deliver that software, first you guys have to plan, then you have to set the objective, then you have to define the scope, and you have to understand which methodology you guys going to build that. Then there should be a budget. Okay, so that is called project proposal. And also the project proposal will be the blueprint, like it will be display the detail level. So like, for example, always in the software world, your project proposal is the reflection how your organization goal is going to be meet. Okay, so that's the simple meaning of project proposal. I am moving to the next slide. So how the project proposal will look. So I have been attached you guys the sample template. So if you guys look on that, there will be words called executive summary, introduction, background, goals, objectives, methodology, timeline, budget, risk assessment, evaluation plan, conclusion. So always there is a thought when writing a project proposal, people always keep a, like I used to see when I'm doing lecturing, people always give me a 20 or 40 pages document which contains a project proposal. Okay, which they assume. But normally project proposal should be minimum like 6 pages, because in your project proposal you don't need to explain your entire solution, but you have to grab the details, and it should be a nice and compact document to read by other person to understand what you guys are going to build. Okay, so if I take a topic of executive summary, so it should be concise overview of the entire proposal. So in your executive summary, sometimes I used to see people will write 1 or 2 or 3 pages, but it doesn't make sense, because you have to write a comprehensive executive summary. And when you giving an introduction, okay, so for example, when I am logged to this call, Koshila gave me a, like she just set the expectation from which background I am coming, which university, and what I am going to do today. So likewise in the project proposal, always setting the stage and the defining the project is a matter in the introduction. So don't write we are going to build these. This is what the introduction. In your introduction, you have to set the goal, what you are guys going to do, and you have to just define the project. And in the background session, always provide a context and rationale. So while you're writing the background, don't go for this solution is inverted because this was not there, like don't write in those way. Just write in a simple English, and why you want to build this software, what is the business need, or what is the impact in the existing legacy system. Okay, and next one is the goals and objective. So for the project proposal, the main part is you have to explain your goal and the objective in the correct manner. Like you have to clearly state what is your project aim. Okay, so the goal or objective you have to mention clearly with the bullet points. What is your goal So normally goal means what you're going to achieve in your end. Objective means how you're going to achieve that goal. Okay. And the next one is methodology. So in the latest slide, I will explain more about this methodology. So in order to understand methodology, you have to explain how goals will be achieved. So I hope if you guys have any question, you guys can stop me in middle and ask. I will keep going. Okay. I'm audible, right, Kaushila?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So the next one is the timeline. So always for anything in this IT world, there should be a timeline, right? So timeline is basically setting a schedule for the project milestones and budget. So normally in the project proposal, the budget is the significant player. Like for example, allocating the resource effectively. So when you are doing a group project or an individual project, there will be always budget. For example, budget can be quantifiable. Like for example, sometimes the internet expenses you are spending, sometimes you will purchase a gateway, sometimes you will purchase some software. Sometimes if you are doing any IoT related thing, you will purchase some equipments. Likewise, everything you are purchasing and quantifying, it should be come under the budget segment. And the next one is we have is the risk assessment. So always while you're writing the project proposal, you should know what risk you will have. For example, you are giving a timeline like 3 months, but you are seeing a potential risk where you cannot achieve that. So likewise, whatever the risk you guys are identifying, you have to mention that. So identifying and mitigating the potential challenges. And the next one is the evaluation plan. So for example, now you identify the risk, now you have to establish. So like for example, in evaluation plan, sometimes you will tell, okay, I want to gather a data. So that is one kind of evaluation. So likewise, there are lots of evaluation plan methods, so I will be covering that also in the later slide. And the conclusion. So always while you're writing, the most curious part will be your conclusion, because in your while we are doing a research, okay, so always the research cannot be concluded by one person, right? So when you're doing a research, you may take from one person, then you will modify that, then in your proposal it should be, okay, this is my conclusion, but this is what I can develop for the moment, but later part of this can be also developed in the future reference. So are we clear on the components of a project proposal? I'm not able to see the chat window. So I'm audible, right? I guess I'm audible. So I'm keep going. So the first topic will be executive summary. So the executive summary is a brief overview of the entire project proposal, as I mentioned, and it's encapsulating it's a key elements and the objective. So while you're writing the executive summary section, there should be a purpose to provide the decision maker with concise understanding of the project significance. Like so in your executive summary, it should be summarized what you're going to build, what is your goal you have, what methodology you are going to make, and what is the expected outcome. So that is the executive summary section. So so I'll give 5 tips how you can write this executive summary easily. So keep it concise. As I mentioned, limit the summary, like just try to explain 1 or 2 paragraphs and only focus on the essential information. Don't mention unnecessary information. And the second, you have to highlight the key points. Like you have to clearly articulate what is project's objective, second, what is the scope, what is the methodology, and you have to anticipate the benefits of this product or a service which you're going to provide. And the third one is you have to be persuasive. So use compelling language to convey the importance and the feasibility of the project. So while you're writing this executive summary, the way you write, when other person is reading, they should understand in this executive summary section itself how the project proposal should be drafted. Okay. And the fourth point is tailored to the audience. So you have to customize the summary to resonate with the interest and the priority of the intent audience. So your executive summary should motivate the reader or the facilitator to, okay, it's so interesting this proposal, I have to read rest of the topics. Okay. And you always have to proofread it carefully. So like you have to ensure your executive summary has a clarity, and do some review with your peers, and also revising the summary of, for like for example, always be mindful with your grammar, punctuation, and there should be a clarity. Okay. So in executive summary, if you guys have any question to clarify, I can give 1 minute before I'm moving to the next topic. Does anyone have questions? If you guys shy to speak, you guys can drop in the chat window also. Kaushila, I'm audible, right?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
I have to open this link to see Q&As, right? So if you guys have any Q&A on executive summary section, we can conclude now itself. Okay, I have a question. In the project report, can we put demo interface picture of the software developed? So project proposal is before you're developing something. So you cannot add the software already built. If you like to add the image, you have to always use the wireframe or a prototype. Okay, I don't know who asked this question. So the person who asked this question, are you clear? Okay, I think everyone is silent. So the next one we have the does the project report we write should include the budgets, but the format given by panel does not have such format. So normally, always budget is important, because while we are giving the project proposal, budget should be included. The main reason is like there can be expenses which you spending for the project or assignment which is given to you, so it should be there. And is it okay to write with essay format and bullet form? No, you always have to write in the paragraph form. In the competition, should we need to write budget? Okay. Koshila, for this, do you guys attached any project proposal? I mean, any template, particular template you guys have? Koshila?
I think no, ma'am.
Okay, so the person who referred the template, so if possible, just attach me the format which you received. Okay, they gave us. So okay, in the last of this call, I will take a look. So the person who asked what is wireframe, so wireframe is something like this. So before you're developing your system, you will give a sketch like this window. I think my search window is visible, right? So it's basically, it will give the idea how you're going to develop the system. Let me share the link. So this is the wireframe example. So so this template is here. So I will take a look once I'm done with the rest of the topics. So I'm moving on to the next topic. So introduction and background. So the introduction sets the stage by outlining the project scope, objective, and importance. And also the background provides the context by explaining the problem or a opportunity that the project address. So in your background, always it should be, there should be a problem statement, why you want to build this software, which made you to build this software. And also it should be explained, like if you build this software, so what is the need for building this software also should be there. And the next one is the present the relevant facts and the data. So while you're writing the project proposal, always try to do some survey with the target audience. So from there you can get more feedback why this software is needed. For example, if you are planning to make some vaccine related software, so just try to target some patients, or likewise, so why that software will help for them. So always try to get up evidence, so that will help for your introduction and background. And discuss the implications. So explain why you addressing the problem. Also, I think the opportunity is important for the stakeholders. Okay, so normally the stakeholders for you guys, the stakeholder will be your end user who is going to get advantage of this. So, for example, if you are making hospital app, so your end user will be a patient, right? So you have to always, while you're building the application or writing your introduction and background, you have to think as a patient. Okay, what if I build this software like this? What is the advantage they will get from this application? Okay, so the next one is always you have to engage the audience. So you have to, while you're writing, it should be like storytelling, or like you have to compiling, like how the like why, because your project proposal will be read by someone who you doesn't know, or your facilitator or the mentor who is going to read. So just grab their attention always. And also just illustrate how the project is relevant. So always, while you're writing introduction and background, just put your problem statement and why you want this app to build, what is the benefit, what is the aim you have. Always add those things. So I'm moving to the next one. So goals and objective. So always, while you're writing the object goals and objectives section, you have to always clear the goals, provided a roadmap for the project. So mostly the roadmap map term. Okay, so once you plan, this is what I'm going to build or develop or servicing, you have to have a roadmap. Okay, how I'm going to start this, how I'm going to end this. So that is called roadmap. And also you have to always decision making and resource allocation. So sometimes this competition which you're going to participate, maybe it could be individual or group. So if you're working as a group, you always allocate the resource properly. So you have to give the responsible correctly to the person who can do which part they excel. So for example, Koshila, is it a group work or a individual work?
It's a group work.
Okay, so it's a group, right? So don't make your friends as your group members, because if you're going to build something, if you put your friends, if you guys are in a team, so while you developing this, just be as a colleagues, because while you allocating, so there will be a group leaders also, right, Koshila, for these things?
Yes, ma'am.
So group leaders, always be mindful, don't be emotional while you allocating the resource for the works, because this is teamwork. You have to be, while you're writing this proposal also, like while you're dividing the topics to the people, don't work as the individuals, always work as a team. Okay, and also there should be achievable goals for the foster motivation and accountability among team members. So always, for example, if something is assigned to X person, that X person is should be accountable to complete that. Okay, and also driving the progress and the success. So always, when you have a goals and objective, once goals and objectives are identified, always run behind that to achieve that. Don't step forward or step back forward, because you always have to be a step forward method. And also, in order to achieve these goals, so you have, there are 5 things you have to smart. Okay, this is called SMART methodology. So, a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So, always your goal or a goal and objective should be clearly defined what the project aims to accomplish. And the second point is measurable. So, you have to establish the criteria for evaluating the progress and the success. And the third point will be achievable, and you have to ensure the objectives are realistic given available, and you have to ensure your resource can be accountable to complete that particular task. And relevant, so the relevant is always you have to align to the objective with the project purpose and the stakeholders need. And the fifth one is time bound. So you have to set that deadlines or a milestone to create a sense of urgency and accountability. So I think it's a Sheila, it's a 3 months project, right? What is the duration they have?
No, they have like 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Okay, okay, 3 to 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
the time is really crucial, right? So you guys have to time bound it. You guys have to set the deadlines, and you guys have to set the milestone. And for example, if you committed something to deliver tomorrow, don't wait till to deliver tomorrow. Try to complete today. So likewise, the for example, if one person complete, so let's imagine there is a B, C. So suddenly B is coming and telling, I cannot finish this task. So if you are a group leader, you have to be smart rather than fighting and making things delay. You have to see, okay, you have to always plan, okay, there are resources around 5 people, I'm just taking A, B, C, D, E. Always for A, this person is a backup. Always for the B, this person is backup. So likewise, you always have to have a backup plan as well, for since it's a time is crucial for you guys. Within 3 weeks, you guys have to plan properly. And the next thing is the methodology. So are you guys second year students or third year students or final year? We have everyone. Koshila, can you confirm
Yeah,
you
we
again?
have all the undergraduates.
No, I mean which year you guys are currently in? Which
Uh, it's all the years. Sorry, it's
uh,
all first, second, third, and fourth years.
okay. So I think have you guys ever hear the term called agile waterfall? Those things. Okay. So I think let me go through that as well. So the methodologies outline the specific approach and the methods that will be used to achieve the project goals. So, like for example, always the methodology is a in detail. It's like step by step process. You should have always tools, techniques, and resource that will be employed. And also, in order to achieve your methodology, always we have to. So this methodology thing, main focus should be from your team lead, because they have to team expertise, so they have to assess the skills and the experience of the project team, and they have to determine the suitability of the different methodologies. And also, like for who you're going to build this application, you have to always consider the stakeholder preference, and you have to consider the preference and expectation of the key stakeholders, such as if you guys have any client or a sponsor specifically in your near future, you can consider that. And the flexibility, so choose a methodology that allows adoption and iteration based on the feedback and changing circumstance. So this methodology normally, like we have in the real world, since you guys have a crucial time to complete the application, so I think you guys, I don't know, is there any specific methodology they need to follow, like agile or something, Koshila? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Give me a second for the ask from the
Okay.
president of the organizing committee.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So actually, we have already shared our proposal template, and actually, I shared that in the Zoom chat as well.
Okay. So I'm asking, are they need to go from like something called agile or something? No, right?
No, ma'am. They just need to follow the
Uh,
structure of the proposal template.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think then this methodology is like normally it will applicable if you're going for any like long projects. So normally like if you get a timeline like 3 months, you have to always have a plan for every 14 days. So that's what this methodology topic will always cover. And also organizational culture. So while you're writing this project, so from your university per se, you have to always adhere to the guidelines which is given. Also, like if there is any existing process or methodology already there, you have to follow that as well. So I'm moving to the next important part, timeline. So since this assignment is going to be 2 to 3 weeks, so that people, sorry, so you guys always have to be target to complete. Don't wait until last moment. So while you're drafting your timeline, always keep some buffers and backup plans likewise. So basically the timeline is importance of creating the realistic project timeline cannot be overstated. So for example, just define which you can deliver within a 2 or 3 weeks. And also your timeline should be well structured. Timeline is essential for, like for example, how you want to plan, coordinate, and the success. And also your realistic timeline matters how effectively you can structure and present it with the limited time. And also while you're creating the project timeline, always you have to be get a guidance. So provide a roadmap for the project and guiding the teams on what needs to be done and when needs to be done. And the second part is the resource management. So always it's help allocating the resource. You always have to, while you assigning something, you have to be more efficiently, you have to assign. And also don't overload one person, so try to avoid those things. And also don't keep someone underutilization also. For example, give a neutral work to everyone. And also the risk management, you always have to identify what is the potential bottlenecks you guys have. Sometimes you guys can have a language barrier, or sometimes you guys have a domain gap, or sometimes you guys do short short of the resource of the uncertain situation. So always keep those kind of bottlenecks and also allow to mitigate the strategy to implement in the advance. And also always keep communication with the people who organize this. So always set the clear expectation what you guys going to deliver regarding the given time work. And also keep so always while you guys are working on the project, always keep accountability. So if you're a team lead or a person who is going to lead, always keep accountability, like when is this can be done, and keep always define the deadlines and the deliverables clearly. And the next one is budget. So normally the, as I mentioned, budget is a crucial part. So budget is a itemized summary of organization expected income and the expenses over specific periods. So like budget is a critical thing in the financial planning. For example, sometimes you will get a income. So income could be like source of the revenue, such as what is the sale, investments, and grants. So expenses normally like categorize into fixed, like sometimes if you guys have any rent or salaries, or likewise in a given scenario, if there is any expenses you guys have, you can mention that. And in the end of the thing, you can see whether this project is profit for you or loss for you. So you always can calculate by subtracting the total expenses from the total income. So that is the budget section always cover. And risk assessment. So the purpose of this assessment is always we have to safeguard the project. For example, let's imagine you guys have next 2 to 3 weeks, and tomorrow and day after tomorrow is Vesak, right? So sometimes some resources needs to travel from they have to travel to their hometown. So they may tell, okay, I cannot achieve on this time. Sometimes they have Saturday, Sunday different commitments. So you have to as a group leader or the person who is going to lead this project, you have to anticipate this all the barriers initially. So for example, let's imagine, okay, how many members are in one group? Can someone tell me? Is there any specific number count we have? Kaushila.
It's five
Huh?
members, 3 to
Okay,
5.
3 to 5 members. So if you guys are 3 to 5 members, let's imagine all of a sudden you all five feel like, okay, I have to go to watch Vesak tomorrow. So you guys suddenly telling, okay, I'm not feeling well, I cannot do this. So as a team, what you guys can do is like, okay, you're not going to work on Vesak next 2 days, but Saturday, Sunday, between this time, we can sit and work. But don't wait until to complete your work like for example, if the deadline is on June 15th, don't try to work on from 11th to 15th week. Okay, you have to daily by daily just divide your works into chunks. Then you can mitigate the risk even if you suddenly fall into sick or unexpected things. There can be anything happen in this natural weather, right? So just plan early and try to avoid the risk. And also, while you identifying the risk, always document it. So like for example, let's tell the person A is telling, no, I cannot work tomorrow, I have to go out. Plan team B, the person B also telling, no, I cannot. So the C and D also, if they tell the same, then the project timeline will get affect, right? So you guys have to be collaboratively, you guys have to decide, and you can mention in the risk assessment section. And the evaluation, so always evaluation is the framework. Like you always have to overview of the evaluation framework methodology which you guys are going to use, and you always have to explanation of the approach. So sometimes you can if you guys doing something logical related application, so you guys always can tell logical module and what is the theory of change you guys have. And always for the evaluation, you can have input, activities, outputs, outcomes, and impacts. And while you're doing evaluation, always, as I mentioned in beginning, also always make a small survey and the question. So you can just list the key of the evaluation questions, and questions should address the effectiveness, efficiency, relevance, and sustainability of the project or a program or a initiative. And always try to collect the data methods. So always description of the data collect methods, such as like you can have a survey, or you can have an interview, or else you can have a focus group, or else you can have some observation, and you can have some document review and explanation of how each method will be used to gather the relevant data. So like always while you gathering a relevant data, just explain the audience what is the purpose of it. And the next one is the data source. So always identify the correct data source, platform or internal source. So for example, like your project document will be a reference for the person who is going to look into your system. And the next one is the data analysis. So always once you gather the data, just analyze it. So you can quantitatively analysis. So there are types, right? Statistical analysis, trend analysis, or qualitative. So you have to, while once you gather the data, just analyze and just mention that also in the project proposal. So this is the sample template. So like let me get the template which you guys have. So this is the template you guys have. Okay, let me quickly see. So have you guys already decided your team name? So now I want someone to speak.
Yes.
Okay. So have you guys already filled this template, or you guys are yet to fill it?
Yet to fill.
Yet to fill. Okay. So before, I think you guys already went through this a template, right? So in the Q&A session, can I, if anyone would like to speak, or you guys are going to communicate to me in the Q&A? So So, madam, can you show a sample report so we can get a clear idea? Really sorry, I am not have at the moment, but I'll try to find and I'll send. So always you cannot stick into the one template or you, so what is the scope you guys have? Can someone explain me? Are you guys going to build the same product or different product? Have you guys decided what you guys going to develop? So everyone is pin drop silence. Okay. Sitik, can you speak? So I thought you said yes, we have. So what you guys going to build? Or is it a surprise thing, Koshila? Like they cannot disclose the topic, or how is it? I am audible, right?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, but if one group can tell us, it's okay. They can decide.
Yeah. So I'll put like this. The person who is going to speak in this call for that team, I'm going to help them to write the project proposal. I mean, they can get a proofread from me if they want winning proposal.
I can speak.
Okay. Hi, Nishan. Thank you for speaking. Okay. So what is your team is going to do?
We are going to build an app in healthcare domain.
Healthcare domain. Okay. So what is that? Is it a patient? I mean, what is in health?
It is regarding pharmacy that we are
Okay,
going to build an app to that locate nearby pharmacy and some medicines. And sometimes patients struggle to find medicine, so we decide to make app the availability of medicine and so on.
So what is the like, for example, let's imagine I'm going to purchase your app. So what is the key features you think your app is having than the current market have? Like, let's imagine there's existing product. So why in your product, what feature will be a specific feature?
In our product, there are few specific key features. Then we can scan the medicine and identify it, and we have the expert consultation including that app, and some brand comparison and price comparison. So there are some key features in our app.
Okay, so you have okay. So I went through your this template. So I think I covered almost every topic. So after Q&A session, at last I will again go through this template with you all. So let me quickly go. So thank you. I cannot. Okay, Nisha, thank you for your thing. So you can buzz me in LinkedIn for your proposal. Okay.
Okay,
So,
actually we have submitted it today.
so you guys already submitted, or you
Yeah.
guys yet to submit? Okay. So then, I mean, Koshila, why after submission we have this call? I mean, are you yet to submit or you already submitted?
They say deadline in 26, so we submit before deadline.
Okay, your deadline is on 26th, right?
Yeah.
So Sunday, yeah. You can buzz me once you completed your proposal. So I will show. I ping my LinkedIn here. So the questions. So I think I covered this. I covered this. So in the competition, should we need to write the budget? So I mean I got this template now only. So I covered normally the project proposal should have budget. So I don't have an idea why it's not included. So can I know who created this template? I mean, is it a collaborative template created by IdeaForge, or you guys
Yes,
took
ma'am.
from somewhere?
It's created by the Idea for Organizing Committee.
Okay, so maybe the person who asked this question, maybe they didn't consider the budget for this time. So next time when you guys creating, just create a standard template. So always the template should have the budget. Okay. And the next one, in the project report, can we put a demo interface picture of the software developed? So project proposal always before you developing, you are writing. So as I mentioned earlier, just put the wireframe design, something like this, how it. I think Nishan said he's going to do something pharmaceutical located app, right? So they can just sketch this. So normally you can sketch these things in the Figma. So Figma is a wireframe tool. So I think most of you know what is Figma, I guess, or else I'll ping that tool also. So just go to figma.com. So in there you can have the prototypes. So I'll just put that link also here. And the next thing I have is does the project report we write should include the budgets, but the format given by panel, it does not have such format. So for this also the same answer like this. So they have to stick to this proposal template, right, Bindula?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so since you guys doesn't have, so I think you can omit it, but later part when you're writing for the standard project proposal, it always required for the budget. So keep this session as in your mind. And I think, Madam, what is wireframe? I think I already answered. So wireframe is just replication of what you're going to develop. Okay, I think they gave, so these things I got. Madam, can you show a sample report? So yeah, that's the thing. So I don't have a sample report, but if you guys would like to review your report, so this is my LinkedIn. So this is my LinkedIn profile. So you guys can just mention to me, you guys were part of this session. So I will just review and give you guys, since I don't have because normally we cannot share the reports which written by one student to another student. So that's the reason I cannot send the sample report. And the next thing in the report should be include the software we are going to use. So does your proposal contain that? If your proposal template contain that, you can, yeah. So here describe the technical aspect of the product by stating technologies, platform, APIs, and the methods you are going to use for the implementation. Since this is here, you can always explain why you guys are choosing that technology and which API and which platform you guys is going to build. And next one should be put the budget detailedly or put like this entire cost is no. So always there should be a breakup. So for example, this 250,000, how you earn this? Like for example, from the client or how from the sponsor you got this, and you have to always be quantifiably mention the things. So I think I had 10 questions. I answered all 10
Ms.
questions.
Sumadevi, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually in this hackathon we have added some rules and regulations for the contestants. So like they can only submit one proposal for the team. So like they can't resubmit their proposal. And also like the final decision of the finalists will be on the judgment. So like the members of the organizing team are not interrupting to that decision essay.
Sorry, I didn't get what you telling.
Yeah, like since the final decision will be taken from the judge panel, there is no any bias like we from the none from the organizing team is interrupting.
Okay. Yeah. So any other question than this? I'm just walk through, guys. I mean, in this template, you guys have any specific question or specific area is not clear for you guys? I'm just seeing. So Vindula, within 2 or 3 weeks, they have to deliver the software also?
No, ma'am, like they have to only deliver a prototype.
They have to only, okay.
Yeah.
So in this proposal section, any doubts or any unclear area you guys have? Okay, can I get the LinkedIn link? I think you guys can. It's opening the LinkedIn, right? Yeah, I think this is my profile. So any questions you guys have or any challenges you guys are facing to write the proposal? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
So I think University of Kelaniya is so silent. Is that so? Okay, so I covered how to write the project proposal. So you guys have any questions or anything we can discuss, or else I can hand over to Kushida for the next steps. Okay, there is one more question came. The virtues of professions. Okay, I don't know this. The last question, I think the person who is organizing team can take this. I have no idea. Koshila, Vindula, can you guys answer for this?
Yes, ma'am, I think I can answer. Yeah, the judgment will be from University of Sri Lankan.
Okay, because I'm not aware of this because I just did this session only. Are we getting scholarship from Virtusa? That also, I think I have no idea because I'm not from
No,
the
ma'am, no.
management team, so I have no idea on those things.
Yeah, I think I can answer to that. No, ma'am.
Okay, no, okay. So how was the session? So I want to get feedback from you guys. Whether you guys understood anything or is it a boring session or you guys are just playing this video and watching Instagram and Facebook? Or having your dinner or chatting? How was the session? I have around 64 people. At least can someone unmute and tell whether you guys understood? Okay, for this also silent. I think I definitely need to visit University of Kelaniya. Okay, so Vindula, I covered the areas. If the team has any questions, we can take it up, or else we can wind up. Vindula, if you're speaking, you're on mute. I'll stop share.
Okay, ma'am. Ms. Umadevi gave clear clarification on the next on all questions. So I hope you all got your question. Okay. It was a very productive and informative session. I'm sure you all will agree with me, Ms. Umadevi. We are very grateful for all your effort and for taking time out of your schedule and conducting this webinar today. So, Ms. Umadevi, thank you very much. Please accept this digital token of appreciation on behalf of the organizing committee of IdeaForge.
Thank you so much, Koshila and Vindula, for organizing this kind of session. So you guys are really blessed. The reason is like when I'm doing my university, we never get this kind of opportunity from the larger organization leads to come and explain us how to write a project proposal. So you guys are really blessed. So I hope at least out of you guys, someone understood. So if you guys have still any clarification or anything to clarify, you guys can always reach me on the link. Wish you all the very best for your proposal.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you all of you joining us this evening as we embark on this exciting journey with IdeaForge. Your presence here is the testament to the power of innovation and collaboration. On behalf of IdeaForge Organizing Committee, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to each participant for their enthusiasm and dedication. Together, let's make IdeaForge a remarkable experience filled with creativity, innovation, and positive change. Thank you once again for being a part of this inspiring event. Have a wonderful evening and see you soon.
Thank you all. Have a good day.